miss old Aatrox so much. Oh, I miss him. I miss him so much. Oh, I miss old Aatrox. I miss him. I miss him. I miss him so much. I miss him. I miss him so much. Oh. Seriously, that's what you guys sound like all fucking day. The fucking champion's been gone for over 2 years now, right? Like, holy shit. It's like a fucking cult at this point. It really is. It's like a fucking cult. I don't think you guys even remember what it was like to play Aatrox at this stage. You just remember that you miss him. Riot bad. Please upvote my Aatrox post. Yeah, imagine a champion being reworked 2 fucking years ago and I still get asked like 20 times a day, do you miss Aatrox of the old? You've never seen a less relevant, least popular champion be so fucking fanboyed. I'll tell you my theory on it. It's not really a theory, but rather what actually happened. Riot made him overpowered. They made him overpowered. And then they left him overpowered because they didn't see a reason to nerf him before they were going to rework him. So they let people use overpowered Aatrox, and they just got to let it happen. And so many people in that last fucking month, so many people decided to be an Aatrox main. So many people decided that they were now an Aatrox one-trick because he was overpowered. And they all thought that they were special fucking snowflakes because they played him. And his popularity shot up in that last month. And his play rate shot up in that last month. And suddenly everyone was like, I'm an Aatrox one-trick. I'm an Aatrox one-trick. I don't want this champion reworked because he's making me good at the game. And that's literally it. He made you good at the game because he was overpowered. Straight up. He would have been nerfed. Had they not reworked him, they would have nerfed him.
Right.
Like me, didn't I have like some of the most games of Aatrox in the world before his rework? That's what always amazes me. I had, honest to God, I think I must have been top 10 for most Aatrox games in the world. I played him so much. So it amuses me when people are like why do you like Boris? Why do you like Boris? You should, old Aatrox of the old. So let's look at it. He got his rework in 8.13, and his last buff was 7.24B, which would have been right before the preseason. So basically, about 6 months went by where he was overpowered, and he slowly became more and more popular, and they 100 fucking % would have nerfed him. I guarantee it. With the old Conqueror, with Trinity, with Sterak's Gauge, and how Sterak's Gauge used to work, he was undeniably overpowered. You can even see they buffed him. Eventually they did make him usable. I think a lot of people get confused because they did this soft rework a bit ago. Yeah, so in 7.5 they did this soft rework. Now, here's something that not a lot of people consider. During this time, this was actually a different version of Aatrox. This was a very, very different version of Aatrox. Okay? And this is what really gets me. All you motherfuckers who played Aatrox in the last season before his rework, all you motherfuckers didn't even play the original Aatrox. He actually had changed substantially. That's one of the big things that's hilarious about Aatrox. You played a totally fucking different version of him, and even though it looked similar, and even though it played similar, it was not at all the same thing. So all this, I miss old Aatrox. Yes, you miss when he was overstat and overpowered, and they weren't nerfing him. Because they were just reworking him anyway. I mean, shit, look at this shit, dude. You guys didn't even play him when his passive had the 225-second cooldown at all levels. The 4-minute cooldown passive. What's really fucking hysterical to me is all the people who cry and whine and bitch and throw their fucking smashed fucking baby temper tantrums over how Aatrox isn't Aatrox without the revive. Aatrox barely ever used to revive. The original Aatrox barely revived. It was only later on, 2 fucking seasons later, that they reduced the cooldown and made it so he could revive more often and made it more consistent. Aatrox's revive originally was basically a way for him to survive champions like Kennen and turret dives. Basically a way so that, you know, when you were laning against Kennen and you were doing those like do or die, you know, I'm just going to keep healing at low HP and try to out-sustain his harass. That if he went in with, like, Ignite or something, you could, like, pop out back at, you know, 30% HP and be like, okay. And Ken would lose his Ignite or whatever, and you'd be able to, you know, play. It was a nerf that killed him, by the way. The second thing I find really funny is when you look at the mini rework, they changed a large, huge aspect of the kit that drastically altered how he played. That drastically altered, well, to be blunt, that drastically altered everything about him. Fucking hate these people first picking tanks and just generally making me useless because, oh, you're a tank. Ah, fuck it. It's so annoying. It really is. I really wanted to play Aatrox, actually, but, like, if the dude's gonna first pick a tank, it's like, fine, I'll play a mage, whatever. You might notice something that changed drastically about Aatrox right here. Used to scale its heal, old Aatrox, you know, remember when his W could do damage or heal you per 3 attacks? The old version of it, the original version of it, dealt damage to you based on your damage when it did damage, and healed you based on your damage. It didn't heal missing % health. That was totally different. Not only that, his abilities took your current health. His Q took your current health. His E took your current health to use. No. His W used to deal 25% of your damage back at you to deal 1.0 of your damage at them, I think it was. Or it would heal you 25% of your damage, 75% of your damage if you're below half health. When they changed it to missing % health, and they changed it so that his passive now gave you % of your bonus AD, or sorry, a % of your base AD, so that he became, when they changed it so that he did way more auto attack damage and had way more base damage, and he became a Trinity user. That was very different from how he originally was. With the old Aatrox, you built a lot of damage. You built Blade of the Ruined King. You built Ravenous Hydra. You would typically go with a Bloodthirster, even. The more bruisery Aatrox that built Titanic, Blade of the Ruined King, that was very different. And I think it was kind of fun, for sure. I mean, I enjoyed playing it, kind of. But acting like it was the same champion and acting like he hadn't already received a rework is kind of funny when you think about it. Moreover, it's funny to me how many people spew it's not Aatrox if he doesn't have a revive line. Because again, originally, his revive had a 4-minute cooldown. His revive was not a consistent ability. You did not consistently have your revive. It was a small part of your kit that helped you sometimes. Funnily enough, you can really tell who never played the original Aatrox, because all these people who say, oh, all he does is try to poke in lane now. He never tries to auto attack. Oh, he's all about poking. Yes, actually, that is actually how the original Aatrox worked. Back before they nerfed his E, he was all about poking with E and drain tanking. Yeah, basically E, low enough, Q in. Yeah, that's basically the best descriptor. Is this the same Kog'Maw that went AFK last time? Oh, it is. Ah, okay. So he disconnected again on my team. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Who trolls people in the preseason? Oh, that does work. That's fucked up. So I steal his entire Aftershock, huh? It's only winnable because we kind of told them to push. I would feel a little bit shitty about telling them to open, letting us 2v1 top lane the whole time. Plus, I'm not sure how winnable it is, really. What with them having Kha'Zix and us not having Kha'Zix. And there's some really fucked up things you can do with Mortal, huh? 10% doesn't feel like a lot, but when someone uses a boost, I'm not saying it becomes a lot, but suddenly it becomes more than nothing. Oh shit, wait, they're actually gonna just end here. Hello, team? Oh, that sucked. Kog'Maw is literally just queuing up then disconnecting over and over. How is he not banned? Twitch chat, he hasn't typed a single naughty word.